Hey friends, welcome back. I'm so glad that you could join me for today's video. And I recently picked up the ColourPop Stone Cold Fox palettes. I was asking you all in one of my Get Ready With Me's, like, what are some of your favorite cool toned eyeshadow palettes? And I had a few of you guys mention this palette, and I've also been wanting to get this. So I'm going to be using this in today's video. I'm going to be doing an eyeshadow look with this. And then I'm just going to be doing like a full face, and I'm going to be using some products that I recently picked up that are like new to me, and also some products that I already have in my makeup collection. So just like a good mix of different products today. And I already did my skincare off camera, so I will have those products listed down below in the description box. And I'll have all the products I'm using today listed down there. I'm gonna first go in and prime with the E.L.F. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. This is just like a little sample tube. I love this primer. This is one of my favorites, just to help my foundation last longer and go on more smoothly. I've actually used up one, like the larger size in this, and then I had gotten a sample with an order that I either did with E.L.F. or maybe I got it through Ulta. I'm not really for sure, but I had a sample. So I figured I'd use this up before I go out and repurchase like the large size of it. I will say with this E.L.F. Soft Glam Satin Foundation, it has been extremely hard for me to find my winter shade in this foundation. I know that they have so many different colors in the range, but I don't know if it's just like the packaging being kind of frosted. It is really hard to find your shade. And I find that like a lot of the colors just are either they pull too yellow or they pull too peachy. And I had recently picked up the shade 15 Fair Warm. This one is way too yellow. So I was on the hunt to try to find another one that might match better. So I ended up getting 13 Fair Neutral, and that's the one I'm going to try to use today. Like, I have yet to use this one, but I'm just going to do swatches of these two so you can see like the difference in the shades. Like, I've bought like 3 or 4 of these foundations to try to find my correct shade. And I do think that the one in 15 Fair Neutral is going to be a good, or wait a minute, yeah, 13 Fair Neutral is going to be probably the better match for me. Like, so this one over here, and they look super light swatched, I know, but once I get it blended out, I think it'll work. If not, I might have to kind of mix it with a darker one. I have this one in 31 Medium Neutral, which was more of like my summer shade last year, which that one was almost slightly too dark. So, but this is the shade in 15 Fair Warm. Let me see if I can get my hand up here, if the lighting will adjust. And then this one over here is the 13 Fair Neutral. So the 13 Fair Neutral definitely has like more neutral undertones. I don't find it to be like too peachy or too yellow. So hopefully that one's going to work for me today. I'm just going to put a little bit of this on the back of my hand, and I'm going to add just a drop of this one in 31 Medium Neutral. Okay, yeah, I think that's perfect. So that's those two shades mixed together. And then I'm just gonna dot this around on my face first. Okay, and then I'm just blending that in with my dampened Paw makeup sponge. But yeah, that's what I would say is just like the biggest issue with this E.L.F. foundation, is just trying to find your shade. And it kind of like defeats the purpose of the foundation being so affordable. So I don't know what E.L.F. needs to do. They need to somehow maybe make that part of the foundation, like the packaging, to not be frosted and just be like clear, so that people have a better representation of what the shade looks like. Either that, or provide samples like at Ulta or like wherever this product is sold, like where you can test, like testers, where you can test all the different shades to figure out what your shade is. This is still maybe slightly a little bit too light, but like once I get my bronzer and everything blended, it will all even out and look like the correct shade. But I do really enjoy the finish of this foundation. It has a nice, just almost like a Lumi matte, like where it looks a little matte, but it's got just a slight bit of dewiness to it, just like a good natural skin finish foundation. Okay, and then for my concealer, I'm just going to be using the Revlon. I was going to use the Revlon Flexwear, but maybe I'll use something else. I think I might actually use the E.L.F. Camo, the Hydrating Camo Concealer. Just do some dots of that. Just wanted a concealer that was like a little bit more hydrating today. And this E.L.F. Hydrating Camo Concealer is one of my favorite concealers for hydration and a little bit of added glow. And I'm gonna add just a little bit more concealer down my nose here and just like around my mouth just for some added coverage. Okay, and then to set my under eyes, I'm just going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Blurfection Powder. This is in the shade Translucent. And I'm just getting a little bit of that on this Morphe, or not Morphe, this Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35. Just lightly tapping that on. I think this does such a great job of just blurring the under eyes and setting the under eye concealer so well. Like, this has just been my very favorite under eye setting powder. Okay, and then to set all over the face, I'm gonna try out the MCO Beauty Miracle Flawless Pressed Powder. I showed you guys this in one of my last videos. I just recently picked this up. This is in the shade One Light. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Miracle Setting Powder, or whatever that product's called. Airbrush. Yeah, I think it's like Airbrush Flawless Setting Powder. And I have used that powder before, the Charlotte Tilbury one. And I do think that this MCO Beauty one has a bit more coverage. Like, it has more of like a color payoff than the Charlotte Tilbury one. I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury one might be a little bit more undetectable on the skin. So I don't really know if these are like exact dupes, but like, I mean, I like the way that this powder does look on the skin. Like, I think it does a good job of setting, but I don't know that I would necessarily consider it a dupe to the Charlotte Tilbury one. Okay, and off camera, I went ahead and filled in my eyebrows. I just used the NYX Micro Brow in the shade Black. And then for my brow gel, I use the E.L.F. Wow Brow in the shade Deep Brown, I think is the shade. And then I went ahead and primed my eyelids with the Milani eyeshadow primer. Okay, and now we're gonna move on to the fun part, using the ColourPop Stone Cold Fox. I used this for the first time yesterday, like off camera, and I really liked the eyeshadow look that I came up with. I got a lot of compliments on it yesterday whenever I was out just doing errands and I had a doctor's appointment. I'm trying to decide like what I want to do today with this palette. So I was kind of noticing like this morning that it's like, if you look at how the shades are, if you go down, like they all kind of correspond. So I'm trying to decide like what I want to do. It's like, do I want to do something a little bit more rosy? Do I want to do something a little bit more bronzy? Okay, I think first I'm going to go in with this shade over here called Enigma. Just tapping off the excess, and I'm using this blending brush from an Amazon brush set. I will have that set linked below. But I'm just going to blend this here in the crease. This is just a very light, mid-toned brown. This might be a little bit too light for me, so I might need to go in with a slightly darker shade, but I wanted to start out with this shade first. Okay, I'm gonna grab some of this shade in Quarry Days, I think. This one right here. This one's a little deeper, a bit more warm toned. Which on the eyelids, it does not look warm tone. It's just like a good neutral brown, to be honest. I'm going to get some more of that Quarry Days on this Sigma E25 pencil brush. I just said E25. E30, the pencil brush by Sigma. Just blending that on the lower lash line, just really smoking it out there. I'm going to go in with the shade Luxe, which is this matte cream white. And I'm just applying that with this angled brush from E.L.F. I got this from an E.L.F. brush set. And then for the outer V, trying to decide what color I want to use. I think I'm going to use this Fickle Fate color in the outer V. And I'm just blending that out here in the outer V with the Sigma E25 blending brush. Okay, no fallout. It's blending out really easily. Then I'm just going back with the blending brush, nothing added to it. Just blending around the edges. Such a pretty like brown smoky eye. Like I love those colors together. Yeah, like the shimmers are super soft in this palette. Like look at how shiny that one is. That is Magnetic Moon. Such a pretty silver. So I don't know, like the shades are just so pretty in this palette, the shimmers. I think I'm gonna use the shade I Dig It on the eyelid. It's this one right here. And I'm just gonna apply it with this small concealer brush. This is also from that Amazon brush set. So just packing that there on the brush, tapping off the excess. And I'm just gonna place this here all over the lid. And then right out here, I'm gonna use the shade Caving In, which is a shimmery, like dark brown. Just to help blend right out there. Okay, yeah, that is a beautiful color. And then in the inner corner, it's like if I was to add some shades to this palette, I would have added like a matte white, like pure white, and like a shimmery cream color. Like we've got Dreamful, but I don't know if I want to use that as an inner corner highlight. I mean, that one does basically come off like a matte white, even though it does have like little sparkles in it. Like, let's just try to use Dreamful here in the inner corner. Like, it does have some little like glitters in there. I don't know if you can see it on camera. But I just want to lighten up this inner corner, and I might take a little bit of that and also brush it here on the brow bone. Okay, so that was really brightening in the inner corner. But yeah, I can totally see the hype on this palette, and I totally understand why so many people love this. Like the shades blend out so nicely. They just pair so well together. And I did end up ordering a few other of these mega palettes off of ColourPop's website. So once I get those in, I'll definitely be doing some more looks with these. And I'm just gonna line my eyes with this Physicians Formula Eye Booster in deep brown. I just want to darken my lash line up a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of pull the outer corner up. I'm not necessarily doing like a full-on cat eye, but I just want to pull the outer corner of that liner up. Kind of feel like the liner got just a little too, I don't know, like rounded or something there. So I'm gonna use an angled brush, and I'm gonna go in with a Drama Mama. This is dark cool tone brown. And I'm just gonna lightly smoke the liner out just to kind of soften it up a little bit. And then I'm taking some of that Drama Mama on just the tip of this pencil E30 brush by Sigma. I just feel like things need to be a little darker right out here to just kind of blend in with that upper lash line liner. I think that came together a little bit better. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the face, and then I'll come back and finish like my eyes, like my mascara and everything here at the end. So I'm gonna bronze and contour with the E.L.F. contour palette. And I'm gonna take this darker brown over here, and I'm using the E.L.F. 200 Expert Face Brush. Just getting a little bit of that shade on this brush, and I'm gonna do some slight contouring. This E.L.F. contour palette is just one of my very favorite, like bronzing type of palettes from the drugstore. It's so affordable, and the products, like the powders in here, are just so good. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with the Sigma F40 or F30, and I'm gonna get some of the more bronzy color in this palette. On this brush, just tap off the excess, and then I'm just gonna blend that contour out and just also warm up the cheeks a little bit more. Just taking it up on the hairline. And I had told you guys like the other day that I had a doctor's appointment, like with my primary care doctor, just to get like, you know, my yearly physical where they do the blood work and everything. And I'm happy to report that everything came back good. All of my marks were in the normal range. The only thing that I was low in was vitamin D, and she said that that's pretty normal for people, especially like coming out of winter and everything. So I'm definitely going to try to do things to up my vitamin D, because my mom, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this in a video, but she was diagnosed with osteopenia, and now it's developed into osteoporosis. So I know that like having low vitamin D levels for a long period of time, I'm gonna fix my eyebrows here, can cause osteoporosis to develop. I mean, there's a lot of other factors, you know, that factor in besides just that, but I definitely need to be aware of things like that. And so just making sure that I get out and get some more sunshine throughout the day. It's kind of hard with my job because I work in a warehouse, and I feel like, especially in the winter, it's hard to get any sunshine at all because the hours that I'm working is the hours that the sun would be out. So, you know, summer it's so much easier, but today I have my gynecology appointment and my very first mammogram. So wish me luck. I'm getting ready to go to that, but I am definitely very blessed. Like, I'm very thankful, and I thank God every day for my health. Like, I'm so blessed to have amazing health, and I definitely don't want to take that for granted because I know that not everybody is blessed with good health. But I mean, I definitely try to take really good care of myself. So for my blush today, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Lumi La Liquid Blush. This is in Dewy Hot Pink. I just picked this blush up the other day. I need to clean all my makeup brushes. I know I mentioned that in the last video, and I'm trying to decide what brush I want to use, but I think I'm just going to use this Morphe M241. I'm just wiping off like the excess product on this brush. And I know with these L'Oreal La Liquid blushes, they are super intense. So I usually put some here on the back of my hand and then just go in with a brush and lightly blend the blush out. Because if you go straight in and dot it on the face, it usually ends up being too much blush for me. These are highly pigmented blushes. Okay, so that is a very pretty peachy pink color. Blends out really easily. I know the shade that I have in Dewy Worth It, like it's also really pretty. It's a little bit more of a like neutral peachy shade. That blush will last all day long. It is just such a pretty blush. So here's like Dewy Hot Pink compared to the Dewy Worth It. So as you can see, the Dewy Hot Pink is more pink toned and this one is more of like a warm tone peachy kind of shade. But I love both of those. I think they're both beautiful. But I think I might use this Becca highlight in Moonlight, or hold on, in Moonstone. Yeah, the Becca highlight in Moonstone. I'm going to use this today. I've had this highlight for such a long time. It was just like a little sample. So let's use that since I haven't used it in a hot minute. Just applying that with a Morphe 164. Just kind of like a golden champagne color. Okay, and I'm going to mist my face with the Milani Make It Last. Oh, don't know what happened to that. It's almost like low on product, but it's definitely not. It's spitting at me. I hate it when setting sprays do that. Just gonna go back with my sponge, make sure I don't have any large droplets of that setting spray on my face. Off camera, I went ahead and did my mascara, and I just used the Maybelline Lash Sensational. And then for lips, I think I decided that I'm going to use the L'Oreal Worth It, the lip liner and the lipstick. I just picked up the lipstick yesterday and I want to see how it pairs with the liner. Okay, and then this is just the L'Oreal Color Riche in Worth It. This is 601. And honestly, I think that this color matches the Dewy Hot Pink blush more than like the Dewy Worth It shade. I mean, it really pairs with either or, but I think it pairs better with this bright pink. And if you wanted something a little bit glossier, you could top it with the Worth It Plump Ambition Hyaluron Lip Oil. Just put that right in the center to make the lips juicy. So before I go, I was going to read in my devotional. I haven't done that in a minute in my videos. So this is my little devotional book that I've been reading out of, Blessings for Morning and Evening. Okay, so today's devotion, Worship Wins the Day. May you awaken to the divine power of a grateful heart. May you know there's victory in praise and breakthrough in thanksgiving. When you stomp your feet, raise your hands, and sing a song of praise, the enemy scurries away, covers his ears, and his plans come to nothing. With God on your side, you have all you need to win your battles and grow in love. Sing a song of praise today, even while you wait for your breakthrough. A blessed day to you. And then the verse for today is Psalms 95, verses 1 through 2. Come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and song. So I think that's just a great reminder to just remember to worship God no matter what you're going through, and it's all going to work out. He's got the best in store for you. And yeah, so I need to remember to just worship him in all things and to give him thanks. I'm so thankful for this day. Like I told you guys, I'm so thankful for my health. And yeah, this week has been like my staycation week. And I've just been doing all of my doctor's appointments this week, like going to my primary care doctor and getting my teeth cleaned. And then I'm going to go and get my mammogram, my first mammogram, because I just turned 40 last year, and just like my gynecology appointment. So, and yeah, I can't believe that this vacation is almost over with. Like tomorrow is Friday and then it's the weekend and then I'll be back at work. But I'm so blessed to have vacation time and to be able to take this time off. So thank you guys so much if you stay to the end of this video. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you guys. I love you all so much, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. Mwah.